UPS union approves a nationwide strike for this summer by a 97% vote.
How'd this one slip through?
97%. So they're not going on strike yet, but they've authorized a strike. And it's over the same stuff. So the way they undermine union workers now is that they bring in temporary workers and part-time workers. So half the UPS workforce is now part-time workers. So and they get to pay them shitty, right?
Oh, right.
And so that's here. The UPS contract negotiations could have sweeping implications. For decades, the UPS Teamsters contract has set and raised standards for workers around the United States, ensuring a path to the middle class for many Americans who do not have college degrees. The middle class. Meanwhile, a strike could have devastating consequences for an economy that is increasingly reliant on its delivery infrastructure, with an estimated 6% of the country's gross domestic product passing through UPS delivery vans each year. That's a lot.
You know, I think a lot of these problems can be solved for these companies. Just build a toilet into the driver's seat.
Why haven't they thought of that?
I mean,
another sore point for the Teamsters was the creation of a new class of delivery driver. Oh, so the first thing they already got them to concede to, UPS trucks don't have air conditioning.
Nuh-uh.
They do not have air conditioning. So when it's 110 degrees and they still have to go out and.
Do they make you pay for your small brown shorts as well?
So they, the color, the brown UPS, they have a trademark on that color. It's called Pullman Brown. I was a Teamster. I used to work for UPS.
Wow.
I know all this stuff. Anyway, another sore point was for that. So they got the air conditioning, but it doesn't kick in until like after this summer.
Oh my God.
But they got that. So that's one big thing. Another sore point, there was like 147 UPS drivers had for heat exhaustion last year, something like that. It was some crazy big number. Another sore point for Teamsters was the creation of a new class of delivery driver in 2018 contract negotiations that makes about $5 an hour less than package car drivers after 4 years of service. Teamsters leadership says these two jobs are essentially the same, and they want to eliminate the new driver classification.
So is this like, how when we started sending the jobs overseas and they were like, you're going to have to compete with the third world labor?
Yeah.
Is this because of Amazon and the third world labor is here and they have to compete with what Amazon does, and that's why they're like this? Is that... Because I imagine Amazon delivers their own stuff, don't they?
No, not all of it. I get a lot of stuff from UPS from Amazon, but Amazon also has their own delivery, but not all of it.
Oh,
right. We always get Amazon stuff from.
Because that sounds like a thing to be competitive in the new market,
But it's just what normal companies do. They try to. This is the whole try to undermine labor. The starting pay for part-time workers who handle packages in UPS warehouses is $15 an hour. Why are there part-time package handlers at UPS? So they could pay them $15 an hour? Which union members note is similar to current wages in the fast food industry. Roughly half of UPS Teamster positions are part-time warehouse jobs. Jim Hadley, he's 40. He's a full-time UPS package car driver near Atlanta. He makes $35 an hour after 5 years. He said he's prepared to go on strike if UPS fails to address key issues, including better pay for part-timers, excessive overtime, and the two-tiered driver category. I'm not like I can't wait to strike, but I'm absolutely prepared to stand with brothers and sisters to get whatever we deserve. We're not asking for anything unreasonable.
It's amazing that was ever a thing of everybody's part-time. To avoid, it's crazy. If there's going to be a strike at UPS, it's not going to be because of the Teamsters. O'Brien, the head of the union, said last week on a call with rank-and-file UPS Teamster members. It's going to be because of the greediness of this company and their unwillingness to reward the people who have made them the success that they are. So we're seeing this all over. The port workers are doing that. The Amazon workers, UPS, Starbucks. It's happening, and it would be good if someone like Bernie Sanders actually did something about it, but of course he never will. It would be good if like AOC got her 13 million followers on Twitter in the street to do something, but of course she never will. So we're going to have to get in the street and shut those MFers down. That's what has to happen. I brought it up at Coho's New York. I just said it. I was talking to a guy who used to be a union leader at the railroad,
And then he quit because of what Biden and the Democrats when they shut down the railroad strike. And now he works for Verizon. And he says he's a lot happier, makes a lot more money.
How bad is that railroad?
Yeah.
God damn.
And well, he gets sick pay, I guess. He gets to take
a job at Verizon.
At
is
Verizon
an
is
ideal
better
alternative.
Right.
Wow.
And everybody asked that question. Well, what do we do now? What do we do? And I say, well, we have to do what the truckers did in Canada. We have to shut down capitalism. And people just started cheering. Those are normal, regular people in blue collar Cohoes, New York. Cohoes. And they started cheering at the idea of doing that. So I'm saying it's ready.
You spoke against capitalism, which is the biggest blasphemy I can think of.
I know.
All faiths. And
well, I like what Tucker Carlson said. I'll show you. There's a clip about it. He was talking with that Ben Shapiro guy.
Yeah.
And Ben Shapiro brings up, well, what happens if we replace all the truck drivers with driverless trucks? And Tucker Carlson, I'd pass a law that would stop that. And he goes, what are you talking about? That's not how capitalism works. He goes, capitalism isn't a religion. He goes, if their part of it doesn't work, you fix it.
Wow.
Yes.
And by the way, that's not how capitalism works. All the way it works is not how it works currently.
That's right. But the way capitalism works now is that you own government systems, so the buffer between capitalism and the free market isn't there anymore, and it's all co-opted, which is why capitalism now makes people poorer.
And it's crazy. It's a few people I guess it works great, and then the few people that got to the top were like, well, that system's done.
But what I tell people, I used to say, I'll say it again, is what do you call a system that takes the richest country the face of the earth has ever seen, the United States, and renders half of its population poor or low income, can't afford a $400 emergency, and 80% of workers live in paycheck to paycheck? You call that a failed system? That's a failed system. This system doesn't work.
We'd have to work really hard to achieve the status of Banana Republic.
That's right. Hey, come see us live on tour. Be in Bakersfield, Baltimore, San Francisco, Huntington Beach, Rosemont, and Chicago, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, New York City, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Stamford, Connecticut, and more. Hey, go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.